Imagine a single game so electrifying, so jaw-dropping that it rewrote the rules of an entire sport. On a chilly evening in 1979, the NBA was on the brink of something monumental. Fans packed the arena, unaware they were about to witness history. This wasn't just a game, it was the game that changed the NBA forever. A clash of titans, a showcase of skill, and a spark that ignited a revolution in basketball. Let's dive into the night that reshaped the sport we love. The stage is set. The late 1970s were a tough time for the NBA. Attendance was dwindling, TV ratings were flat, and the league struggled to capture the public's imagination. Critics called it predictable, with slow-paced games dominated by big men in the paint. But something was brewing. Two college superstars, Earvin Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, were about to collide in a game that would change everything. What happens when two larger-than-life talents step onto the same court, carrying the hopes of a struggling league? The 1979 NCAA Championship game between Magic's Michigan State Spartans and Bird's Indiana State Sycamores wasn't just a college matchup, it was a cultural moment. Over 35 million people tuned in, making it one of the most watched basketball games ever at the time. Why? Because Magic and Bird weren't just players, they were storytellers, weaving a narrative of rivalry, charisma, and unmatched skill. The players. Can two opposites really spark a revolution together? Magic Johnson was a 6'9" point guard, with a smile that lit up arenas and a passing game that defied logic. His no-look passes and fast-break wizardry made him a human highlight reel. Larry Bird, on the other hand, was a small-town kid from French Lick, Indiana, with a deadly jump shot and a quiet intensity. He wasn't flashy, but his hustle and basketball IQ were unmatched. These two couldn't have been more different. Magic's urban flair versus Bird's blue-collar grit. Yet their contrasting styles created a perfect storm. The 1979 NCAA title game wasn't just a battle of teams. It was a clash of personalities that captivated a nation. Magic's Spartans won 75-64, but the real victory was for basketball itself. The game introduced a rivalry that would carry the NBA into a golden era. The game. What does it take for one game to change the course of history? March 26, 1979. The Salt Palace in Salt Lake City buzzed with anticipation. Michigan State, led by Magic, faced Indiana State, led by the Hick from French Lick. From the opening tip, it was clear this was no ordinary game. Magic orchestrated the Spartans' offense with surgical precision, dishing out 13 assists and scoring 24 points. Bird countered with 19 points and 13 rebounds, fighting tooth and nail despite a heavily defended performance. The game was tight, physical, and emotional. Every possession felt like a statement. Magic's flair brought the crowd to its feet, while Bird's clutch shooting kept Indiana State in the fight. In the end, Michigan State's depth and Magic's playmaking proved too much, but the score didn't tell the whole story. This game was a showcase of basketball's future, fast, dynamic, and full of personality. The impact. Could one game really save a struggling league? The 1979 NCAA Championship didn't just crown a winner, it gave the NBA a lifeline. The massive viewership proved that basketball could be a spectacle, not just a sport. Fans weren't just watching teams, they were investing in Magic and Bird, in their rivalry, in their story. When both players entered the NBA the following season, Magic with the Los Angeles Lakers and Bird with the Boston Celtics, the league had its new superstars. The NBA was desperate for a boost. The 1970s have been dominated by big men like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Walton, but the game felt stagnant. Magic and Bird brought something new: versatility, excitement, and a rivalry that transcended the court. The rivalry. What happens when a college rivalry becomes the heartbeat of a professional league? Magic and Bird didn't just join the NBA, they took it over. In their rookie seasons, they faced off in epic battles that drew millions of viewers. Magic's Lakers and Bird's Celtics became the teams to watch, their games a must-see event. The 1980s saw the Lakers and Celtics dominate, winning 8 of the decade's 10 championships. Their rivalry wasn't just about wins and losses, it was about style, culture, and identity. Magic's Showtime Lakers played with flash and speed, while Bird Celtics relied on grit and precision. Contrast kept fans glued to their screens, and the NBA's ratings soared. By 1987, the league's finals between the Lakers and Celtics drew over 24 million viewers per game, a far cry from the struggling 1970s. The cultural shift. How does a game become more than just a game? When Magic Johnson and Larry Bird stepped onto the court, they didn't just play basketball, they transformed it. Their rivalry turned the NBA into must-see television, attracting casual fans and diehards alike. The league embraced their star power, selling storylines as much as highlights. This shift set the stage for Michael Jordan's global dominance in the 1990s, making basketball not just a sport but a worldwide cultural phenomenon, all sparked by that iconic 1979 clash. The legacy? Can the echoes of one game still be felt today? The 1979 NCAA Championship wasn't just a moment, it was a movement. It showed the NBA how to market its stars, how to embrace rivalries, and how to make every game feel like an event. Today's NBA, with its global fan base, high-flying superstars, and blockbuster media deals, owes a debt to that night in Salt Lake City. Magic and Bird didn't just save the NBA, they redefined it. Their rivalry set the stage for the league's evolution into a fast-paced, personality-driven spectacle. The three-point era, the rise of versatile players, and the focus on entertainment all have roots in their influence. Players who play with joy, creativity, and a knack for the spotlight. The numbers. Can numbers tell the story of a game that changed everything? The stats back up the impact. The 1979 NCAA Championship game drew a 24.1 Nielsen rating, the highest ever for a college basketball game at the time. NBA arenas, once half empty, started selling out as fans flocked to see Magic and Bird. In conclusion, what makes a game unforgettable? The 1979 NCAA Championship wasn't just a game, it was the spark that lit a fire. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird didn't just play basketball, they redefined it. Their rivalry gave the NBA a new identity, one built on charisma, competition, and storytelling. That single night in 1979 set the stage for the modern NBA, a league where every game feels like a spectacle and every player has a chance to become a legend. So the next time you watch a buzzer beater or a no-look pass, remember, it all started with Magic and Bird on a court in Salt Lake City in a game that changed the NBA forever. Absolutely loved this video. Excellent job. Don't forget to comment, and thank you for watching.